Welcome back to Sean's show. I'm here with George as always. Give it up, everyone. Give it up for George. Give it up for yourselves for coming out to my show. This is my show. You are watching. You are listening. You are enjoying. You are drinking coffee. You are reading the news. You are tapped in. You are getting caffeinated. You are crying. You are supporting the FCC. You will support the FCC. You will. I'm brainwashing you. You support the FCC. Your name. Say your name and say I'm Sean Riley. I support the FCC. I support the Federal Communications cocksucker, whatever their name, committee. The Federal Communications cocksuckers. The FCC. We have so much to get to. So thank you for joining. We have a wonderful show for you today. The show gets better every single week because I become a better broadcaster every single week because I love to fail. And those who fail quickly shall inherit the earth. Those who fail inherit the earth. That's in the Bible. Look it up. The Bible, of course, is being taught in school now. The Bible is, of course, being taught to preschoolers. Now, we've kind of done this thing in society where, 3 years ago, we were telling kids that they could have any pronoun they want, and now we've done like a 180, more than a 180, I would say. We've done like a 270. We've gone off of the horizontal line, and we've gone to this world where instead of telling children that, maybe if you don't feel right in your body, maybe you can ask questions, that was too radical. And so now what we're doing is we're telling people that they're going to burn in hell if they don't repent to Jesus Christ. And that's, of course, an important tenet of, that's always been this country. This country has always been, you can't be yourself. That's a sin. You can, but the good news is Jesus loves you. You can't be yourself because the way you want to be is a sin, and it's against the Bible, and your flesh will fall off your bone, and you will rot in hell forever and ever and ever until the end of time. But now we've gone back to teaching about the good Lord, Jesus Christ. You know who Jesus Christ loves? Charlie Kirk. Jesus loves this man. Not only does Jesus love Charlie Kirk, half of America seems to think that Charlie Kirk is the new Jesus Christ. People are out here saying that Charlie Kirk died for our sins. They are comparing his memorial, which, by the way, I was not invited. I was hurt. I was very hurt by that. I was not invited. I was not invited to Charlie Kirk's memorial. I was sitting there waiting patiently for my invite as one of America's top conservative commentators. I was like, where's my... I was hoping to get a text or at least a thought downloaded into my brain from the brain chip. I thought I was going to get a brain chip message or something. A fucking smoke signal. Something to indicate that I was going to get invited to the State Farm Stadium. By the way, that's where it was held. By the way, they held Charlie... Imagine you die and then they fill an arena with people. And it's broadcasted on live on national news covers your memorial. The State Farm Stadium, hosted Charlie Kirk's memorial service, which we have to talk about. And there's so much to cover in that. We're also going to be talking about the H-1B visas now costing $100 million. There's a lot we're going to get to, but what we're going to do is we're going to start with Charlie Kirk's memorial. Now, the first time code I have here is one that's I think is just utterly insane. It's by the way, it was 9 hours. It was a 9. There's something that's wrong with something's wrong. This is just people that want to get together. This is just a way to get together. Here's how this thing is. I really need us all to abstract out what this is. If you abstract away the fact that this is actually a memorial for someone who was assassinated, and you just look at what's going on in the State Farm Stadium, which, by the way, I have State Farm. I'm not a big fan. Actually, no, I am a big... I like State Farm. Unrelated, I actually crashed a car. I think I might have talked about it on the show. State Farm, I love State Farm. This is actually an ad for State Farm. State Farm, the insurance reps are fucking stupid. You can lie to them and they'll just believe you. I lied. If you want to make it in America, you need to start lying. You lie or you die. That is what as a 29-year-old here in America, I finally figured it out. I'm happy. I finally figured out. If you want to achieve happiness in America, I need you to let go of the truth. Because a lot of people in their 20s, they cling to like their values and with a death grip. And I'm telling you, this show is just me like, I know like if this is the truth, if you're just listening, I'm holding a coffee can. If this is the truth and you're clinging to the truth, this show, I'm just gonna come up to you and I'm gonna go, okay, shh. I'm just gonna slowly uncurl your fingers. I'm gonna say, it's okay to lie. We all do it. Shh. Lie to the insurance agent. You're stealing from a rich person. It's okay. Shh. Because I crashed my car because it was a rental car, by the way. I was driving back from a gig in DC and I was upset and I hit a curb and I fucked up the entire axle. It was like $5,000 of damage to this car. It was my fault. And I should have been liable. But what did I do? I fabricated a story and State Farm believed it immediately. So if that's any testament to the State Farm Stadium, props to State Farm. Now, that is a benefit. One of the downsides is that they hosted a memorial. I wonder if they charged for this. Could you imagine being in line to get into the State Farm Stadium for Charlie Kirk's memorial and they're like wanding you? You're like going to the event, they're like wanding you. And they're like, hey, well, you know how he died. Wand. Well, you're like in line, you're like, was it on Ticketmaster? I want to know, was it free? It must have been free. I don't know. Who knows? But it was make no mistake that this was a political rally. Charlie Kirk's memorial was a political rally. Okay, you have all of the conservative administration's biggest names, the biggest political commentators that don't have a hole in their throat. They were all there, and they all spoke. And every minute that I watched, I didn't watch the whole thing, but I'm committed to this show, so I watched a lot of it. It's like, I don't even know how many hours it is. It was like 9 hours. How long is it?
This video is 5 hours.
So it's 5 hours of memorialization in an arena. And it gets stranger the longer that you watch. So let's take a look at this first timestamp. It's 2 hours, 28, 20-ish. And it's our friend Tucker Carlson. And let's see what Tucker has to say.
Must make him stop talking.
Oh, could you go back like 20 seconds?
And there's always one guy
with a righteous fury that our enemies cannot comprehend or understand. When I see Erica and her strength and her courage.
So it's all these guys talking, and then like all of a sudden it's like bum 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 John Cena da 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 da. I want that. Can we get that? Let's just stop being so sad about all this, and let's give the American people what they want. At Charlie Kirk's memorial, I want to see John Cena come out and go like, the time is up. My time is now. Come on. Don't tell me that you don't want that. Don't tell me. You know why you want to, if you want to unite America, half of America thinks Charlie Kirk is literally Jesus Christ, and the other half thinks he's a Nazi. If you want to unite these people, the answer is Triple H. Actually, he's on the conservative. He's like, Triple H is like Triple H is like Trump's bodyguard. Did you guys see that? Triple H is like literally like going to like political press conferences. You know what we need? We really need to just be honest with what Americans are, and we are culturally. It's a cultural wasteland. It's a cultural wasteland, and there's really not like. There's no other way to say it, and we need to be. If we're honest, we can actually unite ourselves. George, could you pull up the Undertaker's theme song? I just want us to like. This is gonna be like an on the fly, kind of. We're gonna make a little remix. I mean, just let me paint a picture for you guys. I hope that if anyone copyright strikes, it's the fucking WWE, but who gives a fuck? We're gonna do it anyway. Okay, pause it. Okay, let's play. I love that. Play let's watch a little bit more of the memorial. Yeah, and I'll give you a cue. But we're gonna listen to a little bit of Tucker Carlson.
I'm reminded of a famous expression. The storm whispers to the warrior that you cannot withstand my strength. And the warrior whispers back, I am the storm. Erica is the storm.
all the people with diabetes start clapping.
And our enemies cannot comprehend our strength, our determination, our resolve,
our fentanyl,
our passion,
our type 2 diabetes.
Our lineage and our legacy hails back to Athens, to Rome, to Philadelphia, to Monticello. Our ancestors built the cities. They produced the art and architecture. They built the industry.
Shut up.
Erica stands on the shoulders of thousands of years of warriors, of women who raised up families, raised up city, raised up industry.
You're not Eminem.
Raised up civilization, who pulled us out of the caves and the darkness into the light. The light will defeat the dark. We will prevail over the forces of wickedness and evil. They cannot imagine what they have awakened.
Hail
they
victory!
Cannot conceive of the army that they have arisen in all of us.
Hail victory.
Because we stand for what is good, what is virtuous, what is noble. And to those trying to incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing. You are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing.
I thought he was going to bring up Tucker faster, but this guy, he goes, you are hate. How can you say something like, you are nothing, and then be like, you are hatred? How can you hate something and then immediately call the other group the people that are hatred? You are nothing. You are dirt. You are scum, and you hate. What? Let's jump forward a little bit to Tucker. Does he bring up Tucker? Who's this bitch? Oh,
makes sense. Love your God, love your family, love your country, and help the next generation live into those values.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tucker Carlson.
Boo! Ooh. Actually, he has been criticizing Israel a lot.
Oh, that made me emotional to see that. Susie Wiles had tears in her eyes, which you don't often see in politics, but it's real. This is the most unbelievable thing.
And then Tucker keeps talking. Actually, let's play Tucker a little bit and then play it over. This is a
I think I've ever seen. And I don't. Whatever happens next in America, I hope it's in this direction because God is here and you can feel it. And Charlie would have loved this, not just
ladies and gentlemen.
He loved large groups of people, but because ultimately he was a Christian
You
evangelist.
thought he was dead.
And it actually reminds me of my favorite story.
But he's back.
Ever. So it's about 2,000 years ago.
The Undertaker!
And Jesus shows up and he starts talking about the people in power.
Can you pause Tucker?
And he starts
then
doing the worst thing that you can do, which is telling the truth about people.
And then Tucker goes, now when it comes to Israel, it's actually very Oh no! It's the Undertaker! Okay, you can pause it. I mean, that was what the people deserve. The American people deserve to have Tucker Carlson interrupted by the Undertaker. I mean, that is what really, and I want, what we need is the Undertaker to chokeslam Tucker Carlson through a podium. You know how fucking epic that would be? What we really, that would make me a Republican. I would become a Republican if the Undertaker came out and grabbed Tucker Carlson's neck and lifted him into the sky and chokeslammed him through the podium, okay, and then held up his world championship belt. No, it's truly so theatrical. It's so theatrical that it's almost unbelievable. If you really think about it, the widow, Erica Trump. Erica Kirk. Oops, I gave it away. I gave away one of the timestamps, which is that Erica and Trump like fuck at the end of this. We'll get to that. But Erica Kirk, imagine your husband gets assassinated. And then the not even a week or two later, you go on a press tour. You hire a PR firm and you become the new CEO of his nonprofit political PAC. That's like your next move. Your husband gets assassinated by a groiper, which again, I don't even know if I'm allowed to say that. Your husband gets assassinated by a Nazi with a trans boyfriend, and the next thing you do is I'm gonna take over his nonprofit to continue his mission. I don't know if that makes. I don't buy it. I don't know if I buy it. But it doesn't matter at this point. It doesn't matter who killed Charlie. What matters now is that State Farm is full. What matters now is that the State Farm Stadium is full. And the jobs are being created. And the popcorn is being sold. I wish I was there, because I wonder if they were selling cotton candy. You go to the guy with the big fucking stick of cotton candy. Popcorn, catch a popcorn, one over here. And then you're like, can I get a popcorn over here? And then meanwhile, Tucker Carlson is going, may Charlie Kirk bathe in Jesus Christ. Popcorn! That's what our country is now. We don't go to like events that are like based in fun and community anymore. Now we go to like, now we go to like memorial assassinations. And here's what's fucked up is that this Charlie Kirk's memorial was so effective and powerful that that somewhere there's a boardroom somewhere where a bunch of guys are in a boardroom and they're scratching their beards and they're going, how can we recreate the State Farm effect? They're going to call it the State Farm effect. And they're going to be like, And they're gonna be like this. They're gonna be like, not trying to imply that like we should kill another guy, but like, how can we get that energy without killing someone? I'm just saying, or maybe we do. Maybe we need to. Who else should we kill? That Charlie Kirk's death was a sacrifice to get everyone in the State Farm Stadium and to get the State Farm Stadium generating revenue. It's called revenue, ladies and gentlemen. I'm wearing a collared shirt with buttons. Okay? I've had a lot of coffee today. That is why Charlie Kirk was killed. It was so that State Farm Stadium could be filled up and people could eat popcorn and listen to Tucker Carlson talk about Jesus Christ. This is a church. The amount of times that Jesus Christ is mentioned in this is sickening. And again, guys, I don't care if you believe in Jesus Christ. I don't care if you don't believe in Jesus Christ. But like, don't make me believe in Jesus. Let me burn in hell. Let me burn in hell. What is it? There's going to be more space in heaven if you let me burn in hell, right? Following your logic. Wouldn't you like to have... Do you really... You know when people are in heaven right now? You want to know how packed it is in heaven? Believe me, when you get there, you're going to be like, I only get a 1-bedroom? You don't want me there. Honestly, the way that these people talk about their fellow human beings, I don't think they want a lot of us in heaven. I think they want most of us to burn. But let's watch Tucker because what he says, I don't know. I think I just like watching Tucker Carlson spaz out. He's kind of being a spaz. I'm sorry if that's ableist, but we're going to watch.
People, and they hate it. And they just go bonkers. They hate it. And they become obsessed with making him stop. This guy's got to stop talking.
He's talking about Jesus, by the way.
We've got to shut this guy up. And I can just sort of picture the scene in a lamplit room with a bunch of guys sitting around eating hummus, thinking about what do we do about this guy telling the truth about us. We must make him stop talking. And there's always one guy with the bright idea, and I can just hear him say, I've got an idea, why don't we just kill him? That'll shut him up. That'll fix the problem. It doesn't work that way.
Okay. Oh, okay. What? Hey, this is a memorial chart, Tucker. Or is it not? What is it? What is this? What is this? It says Charlie Kirk Memorial Service, but Tucker Carlson is up there cackling. I've been to some funerals in my life, and I've never, ever been to a funeral where someone goes up there on the podium and they talk about the deceased, and they start cackling. He sounds like Mickey Mouse. Tucker Carlson sounds like Mickey Mouse, which is a fucking South Park joke. Fuck South. I love South Park, but fuck South Park. They do every fucking joke.
Years ago in Jerusalem.
But if you think about what Tucker Carlson said, let me just reiterate that Tucker Carlson was talking about Jesus Christ, and he said, he's like, when Jesus was killed, I can just imagine all those guys that were plotting to kill Jesus. They were probably in a lamplit room eating hummus. Whoa. What are you trying to imply by that, bro? Are you trying to imply that the people that killed Jesus really liked hummus? And hummus is kind of a dish that makes me think of a certain type of individual. And it seems like Tucker was trying to imply that certain individual was responsible for killing Christ. And you know what? Here's a thought. Here's a crazy thought. And it's gonna seem bad for me saying this because of the way my nose looks. But maybe Jesus Christ deserves to die. Maybe Jesus was saying some shit, and everyone was like, dude, shut the fuck up. And they killed him because he was being annoying. No one's ever pitched this thought. What if Jesus was just annoying as fuck? And everyone was like, Let's fucking kill this. I'm honestly saying what Tucker's saying. I get it. Maybe Tucker's telling the truth. Maybe all those guys in the lamplit room were eating hummus. Those guys sound like the reasonable people. They're a bunch of guys get together. They're eating food. And they're like, this Jesus guy, he's really annoying. What if we just kill him? Honestly, yeah. What if we do that? Maybe Jesus was saying some shit. Here's the thing. I don't think that humans thousands of years ago were these like savages that needed to be saved by Jesus. I think, generally speaking, humans have always wanted to share with each other and protect each other and have community. So that's just the first timestamp. Tucker Carlson being fucking crazy. Now, up next, we have our friend Donald Trump Jr. decides he's going to memorialize our friend Charlie. And let's see what he has to say. Our friend Donald Trump Jr.
Where I know Charlie would want me to. With what was most important to him. And that was his relationship with Christ.
More Jesus. Look at that crowd.
To say Charlie knew more about the Bible than me is an understatement, folks. It's like saying Donald Trump knows more about being president than Hillary Clinton or Kamala Harris.
Hey, can you pause it?
No kidding.
I mean, to take a cheap shot at a Democratic politician, none of these people care about Charlie Kirk. None of these people, they're literally doing bits. Look at these people smiling. No one in this stadium cares about Charlie Kirk. Look, they're all smiling. Come on, guys. This is not, again, I just want to be clear. This is not a funeral. It's billed as a memorial for this guy. And Donald Trump is literally doing a monologue. He's doing a comedy monologue about the presidency, about who would be a better president. And again, I'm not a fan of Charlie Kirk at all. I was not a fan of him then, and I'm not a fan of him now. But I mean, this is like the metaphorical equivalent of taking Charlie Kirk's body and like flailing it around in the air. Charlie Kirk got shot, and immediately the Trump administration grabbed his corpse and then like threw it into their car engine and just they're using his corpse as fuel. They're using his death as fuel for the movement. And that's just the sickness. It's just the sickness of politics. It's the sickness of politics. And but let's keep listening to Don Jr. because I want to highlight something. Let's listen a little bit more.
But when Charlie was asked in an interview how he'd want to be remembered,
this guy's voice
he
sucks.
said,
was asked
"I
in an
want
interview.
to be remembered for my courage, for my faith." And let me tell you guys, those were not empty words. Last week, Charlie joined a long line of courageous men and women who were martyred for what they believe.
Don't bring up MLK.
According to the book of Acts,
Mahatma Gandhi.
the first martyr in the early Christian church was Stephen, who was stoned to death. And as Stephen was being killed, he said, "Behold, I see the heavens open."
Wait, who's Steve? Steven? Wait, Steven, my coworker? Wait, you guys stoned Steve to death? I like that guy. You killed Steve? The first martyr ever. I hate the way. Okay, so we, you know what else is in the Bible? It's actually, "Thou shalt start a cryptocurrency business based on your dad's presidential presidency." you know, not a lot of people know this, but after the book of Job, and this is what Donald Trump Jr. You know, based his whole life on, is there's the book of Job, and then there's a few other books. There's the book of Leviticus, and then actually there's another book called the book of Bitcoin, and the book of crypto, and the book of corruption. And that is exactly what Donald Trump Jr. has done. He has leveraged his dad being the president, and he's created an entire crypto. He's created $1.3 billion of wealth for himself.
Was pretty shocked earlier to read a story about this specific token and the trading that debuted yesterday, and find out the Trump family's net worth has been eclipsed. Their real estate holdings have been eclipsed by the value of their crypto holdings. How has this token played into that?
Hi, so yes, like you mentioned, the Trump family is involved with World Liberty Financial. Both Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump are co-founders of this company. It has its own stable coin as well as this cryptocurrency that, like you mentioned, started trading yesterday. And the family also gets a certain percent of revenue from World Liberty Financial. So they've seen a big growth from this. Like you mentioned, it rose yesterday, but today it is now down a little. But still with that, this is a token that now has a market cap of near $6 billion. So this is going to be a big boost for the Trump family.
Is there a use case for the...
Are we're good? We're good? Yeah. Oh, okay. So if you're listening to that, guys, there's one thing that I feel like Donald Trump Jr. missed in his memorial to Charlie Kirk, and I think that he should have mentioned this. It would have gone something like this. I wanted him to go on stage, and I wanted Donald Trump Jr. to go up there and be like, you know, if there's one thing Charlie Kirk would have wanted all of you to know before his untimely demise, it's that the stable coin has now launched. Our stable coin is now live with World Liberty Financial Group. And Charlie said to me, the last thing Charlie said to me before his death is that you should buy the Donald Trump Jr. stablecoin. The stablecoin is the most patriotic thing you can do for your country. If you want to help this country, you will buy the stablecoin that I have created and launched. I don't know what that means, but I've launched it. That's like every crypto venture these days. It's like, I launched a stable coin. Okay. My pink unicorn has 5 penises. What are you talking about? I have 5 unicorn. You launched a stable coin? Great. Let me know how that goes. You launched a stable coin. Can we scroll down? I truly hate, there's few things in the world I hate more than cryptocurrency ventures. So here's the article. Again, Donald Trump is, and I really would just want to emphasize this and just back up for everyone so that we can all get on the same page here. Donald Trump Jr. is a God-fearing Republican who loves the Bible and Jesus Christ, and somehow is also involved in like techno-globalist cryptocurrency blockchain ventures. Doesn't seem very Christian. Cryptocurrency and Christianity should not mix. The people that should be involved in crypto are godless, and they love hentai. We need that's who I thought would be involved in crypto. But the people that are actually starting to control the cryptocurrency markets are like Christian Zionists. You know what? I used to like Bitcoin, but if it's going to be a bunch of Christian Zionists that own all the Bitcoin, I don't want to be a part of it. I don't know how and that's the thing. People always go, Bitcoin's decentralized. The government can't take it from you. Oh yeah? Well, if Christian Zionists own 80% of it, that's not good either. They're gonna try to get all the Bitcoin to Tel Aviv. so that God can come back. They're going to try. That's like where we're going. Where we're going is like some weird, like disgusting amalgamation of like biblical prophecy and like techno-feudalism. It's like a techno-feudal Christian apocalypse. They want an apocalypse. The people at the top of the world, the elite, the 1%, the 0.01%, they want a Christian rapture financed by a stable coin. They want a stable coin rapture. They think they think that when this is what they think. They do ketamine and then they go, dude, when Bitcoin hits $1 million, Jesus is going to come back. And that's where they're at. They're like, maybe if Bitcoin hits $1 million a coin, Jesus will come back and we'll all get raptured. And if you own more than one Bitcoin, you'll get raptured to heaven. And if you don't own one Bitcoin, you get damned to hell. I just don't think that, like, let me read you a little bit of this story. World Liberty, which Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump co-founded last year along with Barron, reached a key milestone on September 1st, opening the ability for customers to trade its eponymous token. Last month, it clinched a lucrative deal with a public company to stockpile the asset. What does that mean? It doesn't matter. Fuck you. What does that... Whenever I read about cryptocurrency, it's always... I read all this reporting on cryptocurrency, and then my reaction is like, what does that mean? And it's like, fuck you. That's the dialogue. The dialogue is, I just launched a stable coin and I partnered with a publicly traded company and I'm going to get a percent of the revenue from the cryptocurrency. What does that mean? It means fuck you. It means get back to work. It means put the fries in the bag. Oh yeah, you're into crypto? What do you do in crypto? Just put the fries in the bag, fuck. You fuck. Don't ask about my fucking crypto shit. I don't even know what it is. Oh yeah, you're involved. Oh, you just launched a stable coin? I don't know explain that. I don't know what that means. Put the fries in the bag. You ask about that, they're a mafia. You ask about my fucking stable coin again. They're literally, we need the Italians to get involved in crypto. You ask about my fucking stable coin one more time, I'll fucking kill you. Hey Donnie, this guy asked about my fucking stable coin. It's not even that stable. Show him how fucking stable my stable coin is. Hey, you asked about my fucking stable coin one more fucking time, I'll blow your fucking head off. One Liberty Financial Group. Look it up. The Blitz suggests a new reality is setting in for the First family. The properties most closely associated with them, like Trump Tower on Manhattan's Fifth Avenue and even the palm-fringed Mar-a-Lago Resort, aren't the fastest path to new wealth. And ever for a family that's long attached its name to everything from steaks to vodka, the speed and magnitude of their crypto gains are unlike anything they've ever done before. So they've pretty much, anyone with a brain can see that, like, this is all fake. Anyone with a brain can see, I was an NFT hater from day zero. When everyone was talking about NFTs, I was a day zero hater of NFTs. Day zero. I'm a day zero hater of every stable coin. If you talk about stable coins, I'll fuck you up. If you say the word stable coin to me, it's on site. It's on site. Okay? And by that, I mean, we're going to make a deal on site. I'm interested in partnering. Now that you thought that was a threat, I'm talking about I want to get in. I want to get in on this shit. So that was a little aside. But the point is, Donald Trump Jr. loves Jesus Christ and he loves stable coins. And those are the people that are memorializing Charlie. I want to get back to the we have a few more timestamps from this memorial. It's crazy. It's just crazy. And it just goes to show that, like, these people it's just a bunch of careerists. In America, we just love a careerist. We love someone that will throw away everything for a shot at headlining the State Farm Arena. They'll piss away all their values so that they can headline the State Farm Arena and talk and do cheap shots at their political opponents in front of a bunch of fucking losers in Arizona. Fuck Arizona. By the way, fuck Arizona. By the way, fuck Chandler, Arizona. I'm headlining in Chandler. Maybe not. By the way, fuck Arizona is full of a bunch of the worst, apathetic white people I've ever met in my life. Arizona is filled with apathetic, middle-class, lazy, Irish. I'm Irish. I can say that. Did it freeze again?
I think it might be the internet.
Oh, well, we haven't paid our internet bill, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if anything else. Maybe try to hit refresh. Sometimes it like... Oh, there we go. Beautiful. But that's enough on Donald Trump Jr. Okay, let's get to Erica. I called her Erica Trump in the notes, but it's actually Erica Kirk. Erica Trump is what her name will be. But let's go to 3:45:40. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. Let's go to 3:45. Right there is perfect. So if you're just listening, I'm going to describe to you what happens at the memorial, but little lo-fi. Also, no one in this stadium would listen to lo-fi. Okay, we're back. So now they're bringing out Erica Kirk. This is like the Hunger Games. This is literally like the Hunger Games. It's insane. So it's, I mean, it literally is the, like President Snow. It's like President Snow and that guy who's like, oh. If you guys like, for my Hunger Games stands.
Please give a warm welcome to Mrs.
Triple H.
Kirk.
So she comes out to pyro. They give her pyro. What? I mean, that's crazy. Can you pause? I mean, just imagine you're doing tech for this event and you're on the radio and you're doing like the pyrotechnician, and then you hear on the radio like pyro, Erica coming up, hit the pyro. We don't need pyro at a fucking memorial. This is not a memorial. If you're doing pyro, it's not a memorial. Memorials are supposed to be solemn, sad affairs. You're not supposed to get hyped. Get hyped. Get hyped for our next speaker, Erica Kirk. It's insane. And let's move on to 4 hours and 10 minutes. And this is how you know that Erica Kirk. I don't know what's going on with this woman, but she is an Israeli asset. Maybe she's a Hamas asset. I want to be unbiased. Maybe she's a Hamas. Maybe she's a triple spy. Who knows? But there's one thing is that this woman, there's something going on with her. We don't know what it is, but I'll prove it to you. Let's just watch a little bit of her speech here.
A group that will point young people away from the path of misery and sin. It needs something that will lead people away from hell in this world and in the next. It needs young people pointed in the direction of truth and beauty. And so I promise you today, every part of our work will become greater. I am tremendously honored to be the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
Yeah! Woo! Hey, bitch, can you pause it? Hey, bitch, this isn't LinkedIn. This is not LinkedIn. You don't get to be thrilled and excited about a new role. You don't get to... Your husband died. And now you're thrilled and honored to be the new CEO of TP USA? You're thrilled and honored. You're humbled. You're tremendously honored to be this new CEO. That's what's on your mind. And again, a lot of people would point to this and see, this is, Sean, you're being an asshole. This is a woman that has conviction and strength. This is a woman that can look past her sorrow and look past the fact that her life is shattered to be a leader. And to those people, I would say that you need Jesus Christ in your life. Because losing a loved one is horrible. And I'm really not being that sensitive right now. And I want to tell you guys, I'm not like this cold, heartless, leftist psycho. You know what I mean? I'm not that. If I'm coming off that way, then you should just leave the show, because that's what the fuck I am. No, I'm kidding, guys. It's odd. Even if you're of the opinion that like we should be sad right now for Erica, you gotta admit that like the way that she's reacting to this and the behavior is odd. It's strange. It raises an eyebrow. Maybe it even raises 2 eyebrows. Maybe it raises 3 eyebrows or 4. How many eyebrows does it raise? It raises a lot. Or does it raise 2 drawn on eyebrows? Erica Trump's eyebrows are drawn on badly. That's, what we need. You want to unite this country. What you need is, if you want to unite this country, it's actually really simple. You need John Cena to make a surprise appearance at Charlie Kirk's memorial, complete with his theme song. You need to play John Cena's theme song. You need to play the horns. Do, 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 do. My time is up. My time is now. And you need to get out there and just dance around a little bit and do the, you can't see me, right? You know who else you can't see? You can't see Charlie. He's dead. You can't see me. And that would play to the Republican base. And then what you need to get the liberals on your side is you need a guy like RuPaul. You need RuPaul roasting every speaker. You need RuPaul to be like, bitch, your eyebrows drawn. Bitch, how are you crying with your... I shouldn't do a black set. But you need RuPaul. You need a panel of drag queens to be like really bitchy at all of the speakers. That would get me watching. But no, you have to pander and talk about Jesus Christ over and over again, and it's alienating. It's alienating, and it makes me question, we are not a Christian nation. We are not a nation founded on the values of Christianity. We're a nation of genocide and blood and soil and genocide and death and anger and hatred and rage and theft. That is what this nation is founded on. So when you talk about a nation that's founded on the virtues of Christianity, you lose me. Because all of these people talk about here's where you lose a lot of people. Here's where all of these Republican commentators and all these conservative commentators and politicians, here's where you guys lose most Americans. Most Americans, when you talk about the truth and that you value the truth, I'm with you. I'm with you so far. When you go, I value the truth, I don't care how people feel, I care about getting to the truth of reality and working together as a species and a people to find the truth and build a society based on truth. Hey, I'm right there with you, buddy. And then they go, and that's why we need to teach the Bible. And what? That's why we need to ram a holy book down our children's throats. We need to ram a holy book down our children's throats. When they're 5 years old, we're ramming the Bible down their fucking throat. And probably also a priest's cock, let's be honest. We need to ram the Bible down their throats because I care about the truth. And the truth is that a man was killed and he was reborn 3 days later miraculously. So wait, you care about truth? That means you care about science and you care about the scientific method. When's the last time you've heard that phrase? When's the last time you've heard the phrase the scientific method? That's like an ancient, that's like a, what's that? That's like the Library of Alexandria burned. That's gone. The Library of Alexandria burned and all of this knowledge was lost. That's like a lost phrase. The scientific method. We don't have the scientific method. Now we have the method of Andrew Tate. We have the method of Andrew Tate. We have the method of turning your brain off and listening to Nick Fuentes talk on Rumble about being white and about the differences between the races. That is our new scientific method, is listening to conservative commentators talk about the differences between us. That is your new truth. And that's the new truth of all these people in the State Farm arena. They want, and it's like, it's just sad. I'm just so bummed out that it's so easy to just brainwash people. Cause I wish that I was, what's the word? I wish I had enough humility to reach out to these people and like try to like reach them. But I'm so filled with hate and anger that I don't even care. And that is the sad part. I see the people in this crowd and I'm like, oh, we're fucked. I just look at these Arizonians that love God and I'm like, we're fucked. We're fucked. These fucking Shake Shackers. Is that racist? I like Shake Shack too. Don't get me wrong. Last week I said that Shake Shack makes you commit suicide. I stand by that. I thought about that. I think that might be my biggest bar. That might be my only real bar is that like we need to like is that when you buy a Shake Shack meal, on the bottom of the packaging, it should have the suicide hotline. Because eating Shake Shack makes me feel like killing myself. Like I actually truly get suicidal ideation after I eat a double cheeseburger from Shake Shack. It makes me ideate suicidally. You ever just, and I don't stop there. I have a double cheeseburger from Shake Shack with bacon, a vanilla shake, and the cheese bacon fries. That is enough calorie. That is actually an attempt at suicide. Eating Shake Shack is actually an attempt at suicide. You are trying to take your own life. If you eat Shake Shack, you are actually, I'm sorry, I'm telling you this because I love you. If you eat Shake Shack, you're actually attempting to take your own life and you need therapy. You need to seek help. Call 998 or whatever it is, 988. It better not be 9. Don't actually, this is all jokes. I think it's 998. Call me, Sean. But everyone, everyone in this crowd is eating Shake Shack and they're fucking, it's hot. It's people are more susceptible to being brainwashed when it's hot out. That's why organized religion is more popular in Arizona, because it's hot out there and there's nothing to do. Guys, all you need to do to brainwash people is you get them into an air-conditioned building and you give them Shake Shack. You can say anything you want. If you got a bunch of people in an air-conditioned building and you give them Shake Shack, you get their senses dulled. You can sell them a stable coin. That's what you could do. You could be like, you guys like your Shake Shack? Are you feeling cool? It's hot out, but not in here. It's cool in here. You got your Shake Shack. I want to tell you about Sean Coin. Okay, this is really why. How do you think I was able to afford the Shake Shack? Because of Sean Coin. Okay, But let's jump to this last time code. We have a lot more news to get to. I don't want to spend too long on the memorial. 501:25. So this is crazy. If you're just listening, I'm sorry. This is a big video episode. I'm going to describe this. This is insane. So Erica Kirk Trump finishes her speech, and the man of the hour comes out. The ghost of Charlie. I'm kidding. Donald Trump comes out, and let's watch. Let's see what happens. So Erica and Trump they're like kissing and hugging, and she's like resting her head on. They're getting really touchy. I don't know. This is crazy. So Erica, they're like embracing. It looks like they just fucked. Look, and she rests her forehead on Trump's neck. Guys, this is not like... I mean, come... You can pause it. I mean, so they're literally... Erica Kirk is kissing Donald Trump on the lips. Not actually, but basically. And then they cut to a photo of Charlie Kirk. If I was Charlie Kirk, I'd be like, you home-wrecking bitch! We have 2 kids, you home-wrecking whore! She moved on quick. Erica Kirk moves on quick. And these people, and again, I'm saying this as a comedian, these people are weird. And I'm pulling a line from a line that did not work from Tim Waltz and Kamala Harris. They were like, they're weird. And they were right about that. It was not the right marketing at the time, but it doesn't make it untrue. These people are weird. They're weird. They're weird. That's weird. The way they embrace each other is sexual. I'm going to speculate. I'm just going to speculate and throw it out there that they might have fucked. It looks like they might have fucked a little bit. And when people lose loved ones, they get into headspaces that are not that. What's so funny is to think about this in the context of like, what if Trump was like the work husband? This is kind of like Trump is like the work husband. And when Charlie died, Trump was like, "Hey, like, I'm always here for you, right, Erica?" Yeah, oh my God, I just loved him so much. Shh, and he like pushes her head down. Shh, it's okay. Just suck daddy's dick. That's how these people think. And if you think I'm fucked up for putting that in your mind, that's how they think. Okay? I'm just relaying to you what's actually happening. I'm spreading misinformation. That's what I do. But, we got to move on. You have to move on. And the thing is, you got to move on. And you have to, we have to just, people mention I'm already tired of it. We already spent a whole fucking episode on this guy. Let's move on. You get one. Hey, this is a 24-hour news cycle, baby. Bam, 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 bam. If you die spectacularly, you get one. You get a week. And that's a lot, Charlie. If you die and your neck explodes spectacularly at a speaking event in front of thousands of people and it gets recorded in 4K and shown to the world on social media, uncensored, you get 1 week, and then we move on because attention is cash money, okay? Charlie, we can't keep talking about you, bro. We have stable coins to sell. All right? And the real question is, how long is the Trump administration Okay, this is so fucked up. Remember October 7th? Remember October 7th when there was that horrible video of, and this is all alleged, okay, because who knows what's real and what's fake. October 7th, there was a video of the Hamas rebels, the Hamas freedom fighters, with a woman's body, and they were like, throwing around her corpse. I don't know. I'm sorry to put that in your mind. This is a fucked up episode. I've had a long day. Hamas, I guess, they were like throwing around these victims, innocent people. It was horrible, right? There was a video, you might have seen it. They're throwing around this guy's body or something, and they're like laughing. I brought that image in your mind because the Trump administration is effectively doing the same thing with Charlie. He's dead, and now they're like dragging his body around on their Cybertruck. It's like they've tied Charlie Kirk's corpse to the back of a Cybertruck, and they're just and they're driving him around for their benefit. So the question is, how much juice can they squeeze out of Charlie? I mean, it's like a TV show. It's like, and they will move on, as will I. But I'm only talking. I mean, like it's already gone too far. Let the guy rest. He was a fucking asshole, but let him rest. Do you really have to just like, even his own wife? I didn't feel bad from him. I did not feel. Now I feel bad for him. On a man-to-man level. On a man-to-man level, I'm like, his own wife is fucking kissing the president? I'm like, dog. Where were Charlie's friends, dude? Where were Charlie's friends? Be like, bro, your wife's a homewrecker. Your wife? I'm sorry to say. I'm sorry, dog. But let's jump to the next wonderful story. I guess we'll talk about Jimmy H. Kimmel. I don't know if it's H. But Jimmy Kimmel, this was a big story. So many big stories. Oh shit, we got ad blocked by Jimmy Kimmel. So if you haven't heard, Jimmy Kimmel was targeted. He was targeted by the FCC. He was targeted by Trump via the FCC. And he was fired, and his show was canceled because of a pending. This is the story. Again, I'm just relaying you the facts. Basically, Jimmy Kimmel didn't want to buy Donald Trump's Jr.'s stablecoin, and so they put a hit out on him. And they said, if you don't buy our stablecoin, if you don't buy our coin, Donald Trump Jr. called Jimmy Kimmel. He goes, hey Jimmy, it's John Jr. Have you bought our stablecoin? Why don't you buy a little bit of our stablecoin? Don Jr. coin. So basically, you've probably been following. This was a crazy story. I mean, this should have been the main story. But Jimmy Kimmel was canceled. His show was canceled because of comments that he made about Charlie Kirk that were allegedly too far for the FCC. And now his show is back, to the dismay of me. I'm actually really sad that his show is back. I was like, you know what? Honestly, I don't know. I'm joking, you guys. It's crazy. It's crazy. This is just another show. I'll read could you scroll up to the headline real quick? So here's the headline. Here's the latest on this one, guys. This is a big story. Jimmy Kimmel to return to the air Tuesday after suspension for Charlie Kirk comments, ABC says. So what is the actual context here? The context is that there was a pending merger that was going to potentially, that was pending a ruling from the FCC. And they were going to either approve or disapprove of this merger in the media conglomerate space. I believe it was Nexstar merging with who gives a fuck? Company A merging with Company B. Who gives a fuck? Fuck, it's like. And so a bunch of these guys, so this merger that here's the stories. In order to curry favor, I love curry. In order to curry favor with the FCC, ABC, there's so many acronyms, I can't keep track of all of them. In order to curry favor, I'm like Eminem. The FCC won't let me be me. Can I say this? If what you do is regulated by the FCC in the first place, it's too late for you, brother. How about that? That's a fucking take. Okay? If what you do is under the regulatory purview of the FCC, what you say has already been so substantially limited that you're fucked. Your mouth is already clamped fucking shut. You understand what I'm saying? The FCC won't let you say that. I didn't actually say it. We didn't actually bleep that. That was me going, that. No, can't. Honestly, do you have a bleep? The FCC won't even let you. Wow, that was good. Hell yeah. Give it up for George. The FCC won't let you say. All right, that was bad. You guessed the word. The FCC won't even let you say. All right. So again, let me make it clear to all of you guys that I do not support the government intervening with who gets fired on the TV network. I want to make that 100% clear. This is the fascist train moving forward one step at a time. Okay, it is. When you have a president using a government agency to control and regulate the media indirectly, because that is what happened, right? It was Trump and the FCC commissioner, or the chairman, whoever the fuck it is, pressuring ABC to fire Jimmy Kimmel. That was, if you're not a fucking psycho or a conspiracy theorist, then that is the line. That is what this story is, okay? And I want to make it clear that I think that that's wrong. It is wrong, and it's scary, and fascism is coming, and we should all be fucking scared. But I also am a contrarian asshole, and so my little nuance is that we lost a long time ago. We lost a long time ago. Here's my crazy take. You guys ready for this? Fascism actually started when the FCC was founded. When they made the FCC, that was the time to self-immolate. When the FCC was created, that was when we all should have self-immolated in front of the FCC, okay? So the fact that everyone is like, waving their arms, and I get the passion. I have that same passion. I think it's fucking crazy. It's crazy that the government is directly influencing media voices. That is a new development, generally a new development, and it's fucking terrifying, okay? And I want to get the fuck out of this country. I'm going to Canada. You never thought I'd say that, huh? I've only ever shit on. I'm not even welcome in Canada. Did you know I'm banned from Canada? I've only been to Canada a few times, and I've already like almost gotten killed. I told you guys about that time I went to Canada, and I ran 8 or 9 stop signs, which is fine in America. Also, I hate it when I say America, and I get comments all the time. They're like, don't say America, say the United States. What part of America? You know what part of America I mean, bitch. When I go, I put out this clip about like, I was like, it's crazy all this all this corruption in America is crazy. And then some Canadians in the comments were like, what part of America? You know. What part of America? I'm talking about America, not Canada. I'm talking about America. You know America. You know what America is. America. The woman with the long flowing United States flag dress. The Statue of Liberty. That America. Whenever I sometimes I'll take the ferry to Staten Island because my life sucks. And I'll go from Manhattan to Staten Island and we actually pass the Statue of Liberty. And whenever I pass the Statue of Liberty, I go, there's that old whore again. There's that old whore of liberty again. She really whored herself out. There's that old fucking skank bitch. Sorry. She is a little fucking slut. The Lady Liberty, low-key a whore. Low-key, the Lady Liberty has no principles. Low-key, Lady Liberty, she's a fucking homewrecker. Okay? Because she goes to other countries and she sells out her values for a little bit of cash. Lady Liberty, she'll go over to the Middle East and be like, I don't actually care about freedom of speech. You can fuck me all you want. You can fuck me for some oil money. I don't actually care about free speech. Just, you can fuck me. Just give me some oil. That's where we're at. I mean, back to Jimmy Kimmel. It's, folks, it's just one of those things where it's, it's never too late. I'm sounding nihilistic, but I'm not a groiper. That's a Sabrina Carpenter song. I'm sounding nihilistic, but I'm not a groiper. Yet that me espresso. I'm sounding nihilistic, but I'm not a groiper. I shot Charlie Kirk. Oops. 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 I shot Charlie again. I gotta do a little detour real quick. This is something. So I saw one of my favorite artists yesterday. I saw Freddie Gibbs, incredible hip hop artist, Freddie Gibbs, and it's fun. I went with my girlfriend, and thank God Freddie Gibbs raps extremely quickly and nearly to the point of being incomprehensible unless you know the lyrics. Because my girlfriend was like, she noticed that like most of the people at the Freddie Gibbs concert, it was a lot of men. And so she put 2 and 2 together and she got 5 because she's a woman. Okay, that was bad. That was bad. I love you, baby. She doesn't watch this. She put 2 and 2 together and she said, there's not a lot of women here. Is this guy like a misogynist? And I was like, no. And then we listened to a few songs and I was like, there's a designated amount of misogyny. Because he's a hip hop, he's a rapper. There's a designated amount of misogyny when it comes to rap. I mean, one of his lyrics is like, there's so many good lyrics, He goes, I just want to be legit, fuck a bad insta bitch. Is that misogynistic or is that just a man with a dream? So art is alive. Art is alive and well. Art is alive and well. And it's but going back to this Jimmy Kimmel story, his show is back. Now, what does that really mean? It means that ABC found out that it was going to be more. Here's the thing. This is not a victory. Let's be clear. This is not a victory. Jimmy Kimmel being reinstated is not a victory against fascism, and let me tell you why. I know I'm being cynical here, but let me tell you why. Do I think it's a good thing that he was reinstated? I do, okay? But the reason it's not a victory is because we didn't actually, like, get any power back. Because it's a small win, but we're still losing the war. You understand? And that's the point I'm trying to make, is like, we should be, and again, yes, the war is made up of small wins and losses. I understand that. And I'm not trying to just be a fucking hater, cynical asshole. But the only reason he was reinstated is because ABC felt like it would be more profitable to undo it. That's all. They had a bunch of guys in a boardroom crunching numbers, and they went, we should reinstate him because our brand. You want to know what happened? Everyone unsubscribed from ABC, and they realized that the people are powerful, and they realized that they have to reinstate him because we hit them in their wallet. But guess who's still the president? Guess who's still the chairman of the FCC? Guess who still has the fucking power? You know, I mean, it's like, I think it's like, and that is kind of that is what's really unfortunate, is that, like, you know, I understand that, like, it's hard because, like, no one really has power. And so the only way you can really hit at these people and at the system is by unsubscribing from Disney Plus. But I'm going to tell you, unsubscribing from Disney Plus is not going to stop ICE. ICE will come to your door and they'll be like, come with us now. And you're like, no, I unsubscribed from Disney Plus. ICE is still coming. Unfortunately, that's not a threat. I sound like Tucker Carlson. ICE is coming. But again, it's I don't know. I'm like, I want, and again, I'm on your guys. I want to be clear about where I stand on this. Like, I want these late night hosts to say crazier shit. These guys are already so muzzled. They have a muzzle. That's why no one likes them anymore. And again, that doesn't mean that it's still bad that they're being censored by the government. That's still bad. But, like, you know, like Jimmy Kimmel reading a monologue, you know, and then we see an ad for Subway. You know what? It's like Jimmy Kimmel reads a monologue, and then we see an ad to join ICE. Have you guys seen that? There's a commercial advertising and telling people to join ICE because there's a $50,000 signing bonus. So it's not as simple as, and that's all I'm trying to say is, in the war against fascism, it's not as simple as the fascists and then Stephen Colbert and Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel and 5 other white guys. I'm sorry. As a white guy, I'm going to keep it real. I'm sorry, you guys. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this. But if you, I am not trying to, like, put a flat tire in the movement. That's not what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to delineate between, you know, when the shit goes down, where are people going to stand? When the shit goes down, where are people going to plant their feet? And, you know, look at this guy. He's got a suit on. If you see a guy in a suit, he's not a good person. I thought about this today. It was like, if you see a man in a suit, if he's not coming from a funeral, he wants to hurt you in an institutional way. This is a man, anyone who's in a suit is part of an institutional mechanism that is designed to kill you. And I don't think that's wrong. So don't ever say I'm trying to like, don't ever say I'm not on your side. I know it because I'm a man in a suit. I'm wearing a button down. It's a little different from a suit. We've lost all of our listeners at this point, George. So let's see what else we got. There was so much news this week. We had Jimmy Kimmel. We have Charlie Kirk. Could you scroll up a little bit? Let's take a. Oh, it froze again. Honestly, that's all right. We don't need to. I'll wrap it up. This has been a good one. Let me think here. We had Palantir. Let's talk about Palantir. So Palantir has merch now, which is crazy. Palantir has merch, so you can just go around and. This is from Wired. We'll close on this because I think this is really important because obviously Palantir is one of our sponsors here at Sean Show. So, Palantir wants to be a lifestyle brand. Listen to this, you guys. Defense tech giant Palantir is selling t-shirts and, drumroll please, tote bags. You can get a Palantir tote bag. So when you're at Trader Joe's getting organic avocados, you can signal to all the people working at Trader Joe's that you want them to die. That is what is going on. Is they're such a wealthy business. Why are you selling merch? You're selling a Palantir tote bag. If you buy a Palantir tote bag, I need you to do some reflection. I need you to do some serious. If I see you in a Palantir tote bag, it's on site. If I see you in a Palantir, if I see you carrying around a Palantir tote bag, that tote bag better have a gun in it because that's the only way you're. I'm just kidding. I'm joking. I have to be more careful about this like violent rhetoric. I'm like really genuinely scared of speech turning into action. It's truly, people are not well. People are so unwell right now. It's so sad. It's so sad how unwell everyone is. And, you know, what I do when I'm feeling down is I grab my Palantir tote bag and I go buy some avocados. You know, whenever I'm feeling down, you know, I just like to get some fresh air. You know, I like to go out and I like to grab my Palantir tote bag and my Raytheon hat. And I like to go get some avocados with my girlfriend. You know, when I'm feeling down, I just remember that like there are other humans out there and like we all live in the same space. And I like to connect with other people. And so I'll grab my my Andoril t-shirt and my Palantir tote. And I'll go to Whole Foods and I'll actually get a couple avocados and I'll make some avocado toast and you know, just kind of enjoy the day, just, you know, touch grass. I'll get my Palantir tote bag and I'll go do a picnic with my girlfriend. And you know, just that's kind of what I do to decompress, you know? So get your Palantir. Can we look it up? Can we get one of these on screen? The Palantir tote. I'm gonna buy one. The Palantir tote. I mean, this can't be real. I think that's just a guy that put a Palantir logo on a tote bag. Is it on their website? Do they have merch? Is that it? Palantir becoming a lifestyle brand is like literally it's like wearing Goebbels. It's like wearing Goebbels' face. Doesn't even look that good. This is probably like a third party. It looks like shit. The logos, Ooh, let's take a look at that story. My laptop's falling apart. But anyway, the story is that they're selling tote bags. And it's part of this broader movement that like we should all like, it's cool. And I don't like what is going on? Can I ask that? Can I ask a simple question? Can I ask, hey, what's going on? Why is the defense company that contracts with ICE selling tote bags? And who's buying the tote bag? Oh, is that it? Oh my God. I think George found it. I actually, whoever this account is, this person works at Palantir. So this is verified. Oh my God, George, you found it. Can we get this on the screen? This is, it's okay. It's, there we go. So, is that where they put the immigrants? I'm sorry. So here's a little warning. If you're at Home Depot and you're looking for work and you see someone roll up with that, you fucking run. If you see, and honestly, better yet, rip them up. Fucking grab that bag. I want to ask a question to my audience here. What would you put in your Palantir tote bag? What do you put in it? Or like, what do you, the Constitution? You're gonna be a fucking pussy. I'm gonna get a Palantir tote bag, and I'm gonna put the Constitution in it, and I'm gonna put the Bible in it. That's how you want to be like. That is how you can signal to the world that you are not to be fucked with. Is you got your Palantir tote bag and your Constitution and your Bible and your gun. And that is somehow what a lot of people want now. They want to live in a world somehow, and this is just what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens, and this is not my own take, but this is what happens when you don't bully nerds. Is the nerds start to create the culture. When you allow Palantir, which is a defense contractor that is being used by ICE to violate the rights of people who just want to work and have a community here. When that becomes Louis Vuitton, we have crossed the chasm in a bad way. We've crossed the chasm of fascism into we've jumped over the stable coin. The stable coin is here. Hugo Boss is to Nazism as Palantir is to America. You understand? I'll say it again. Volkswagen. Well, Volkswagen is to Nazism as Volkswagen is to America. That actually, some of them didn't even change. Some of them are still around. Isn't that crazy? But I have no words for this. I have no words for the Palantir tote bag other than I want 10. I want 100. I want to buy 100 of these so I can burn them. I want to buy all of them so I can burn them. Okay? Because there's no reason that this should exist. It's like having a General Dynamics stroller. It's like having a Lockheed Martin tampon. It's like it doesn't need to exist. Actually, that would be kind of sick. I would get a Lockheed Martin tampon if I was a woman. Maybe and that's the problem is there is a market for this shit. There's a market for the Palantir tote bag, and the market is autistic, edgelord, fucking losers like your boy. But I'm different because I'm actually self-aware, and I'll rat on. If nothing else, my show exists so I can rat out on the other autistic finance bro fucking losers. People like me are really, they're fucking losers, and they hate you. They hate, and I'm not talking about my religion. Okay, I'm talking about my socioeconomic status. I hope I'm not coming off as like bigoted when I talk about like religion or race or class. It's an amalgamation of all these things. I hope that I'm being specific enough so that I'm not being bigoted. I'm talking about like, generally I'm talking about like white and Asian, upper middle class, college educated, professional, terminally online, bisexuals. And straights. That's kind of what that's really what I think we really. And if you're listening and you identify in the way that I've just described, that doesn't mean you're a bad person. But that cross section of America, we really need to get those people to reevaluate, because those are the people that are buying the tote bag. The Palantir tote bag is going to be purchased by bisexual Nazis, and that is where we're at. I'm sorry. You know who's gonna buy the Palantir tote bag? It's bisexual Nazis that listen to Charlie Kirk, but they're gonna vote for Mamdani. It's gonna be Zoran. People that buy the Palantir tote. I'm sorry, I'm going long. The Palantir tote bag is actually such an excellent emblem for where we're at in America, because it's the epitome of the paradox of our society right now, which is, on the one hand, you have the tote bag, which is the symbol of anarchy and rebellion and queerness. I hope I'm not being crazy there. It's the Palantir tote bag is like for queer Nazis. It's like, hey, and it's a psyop. It's a fucking, the Palantir, you need to wake up. You guys need to wake up. The Palantir tote bag is to psyop the queer people of America to turn against immigrants. Okay? Is that crazy? Am I crazy for saying that? Because I'm not gonna lie, it kind of looks like I would see this in Bushwick. Wouldn't you? We're gonna see this. If no one else will do it, I'll do it. People are gonna be wearing the Palantir tote bag around Bushwick and in Brooklyn, and I'll be like, what? And I'll be like, do you know what that company does? And they'll be like, yeah. So. And that's the real tragedy of fascism, is that fascism is weird because it's, when everything's okay, I feel like people can fuck their minds into thinking that fascism is actually like punk rock and cool and like edgy. When in reality, it just makes you a little bitch. And that's the rub, you guys. Rest in piss, Charlie Kirk. Honestly, I'm joking. Charlie Kirk, I did not feel bad for you until today. Erica Trump is a homewrecker, and Kimmel's back. So that would be my I hope you enjoyed the show, you guys. My takeaways from today are: go watch Jimmy Kimmel not say fuck on television, and you tell me if fascism is has been beaten back into the hole where it climbed out of, or not. And then let me know if you want a Palantir tote. Use the promo code Sean, SEAN, Sean Show, for 25% off a Palantir tote bag. And that's it. I mean, the last thing, guys, is just be really careful about your neighbors. I want you to be suspicious of your neighbors. And rat them out. No, don't be kind to each other. Love each other. Review the show on Spotify and Apple, and like the show on YouTube. Give me a little comment. I got a comment last week on Spotify. Thank you to whoever commented on Spotify. I love the comments. Please engage. If you don't engage with the show, then it all goes away, and I'll kill myself. I will kill myself. So don't forget that if you don't engage with the show, Every week, I want you to remember that I'm moments away from committing suicide because you don't engage with the show. And my death literally will be on your hand. If you're listening, my death will be on your hands. So if you don't want that on your conscience, then maybe review the show, or I'll kill myself. I'll literally end my life. That's a joke. Okay. Bye.